What's up, everybody? This your favorite cousin Rich, back once again. And I've been seeing Kanye's name in the headlines a lot. Kanye. First, what did it start with the KKK outfit? You know? Then he was beefing with Boosie. I thought that was funny. He said he smelled like he poor. And I was hoping I was going to get a Boosie and Kanye track. Sometime in my life, you know. I seen that and I was like, okay, he's getting out of here. What you beefing with Boosie for? And then he drops this track called Cousins. Talking about, you know, well, if you heard it, you heard it. And if you haven't heard it, go look it up. And you got to understand, I'm a big Kanye fan. I've been a Kanye fan since College Dropout. Since Jesus Walks. Since All Falls Down. I've been a Kanye fan. Probably all the way up to about Yeezus. Right about Yeezus. I was following his career, like being ahead of his music. Until I started doing my own thing and then, you know, whatever the case may be. And you know, when his mama died, everybody kept saying, oh, he crazy now because his mama died. He's crazy now because his mama died. And I guess I might have been giving excuses or just saying he was growing or whatever the case may be. But I just, you know, I never really fed into it. But now I'm looking, I'm just like, it's now all starting to make sense. It's funny what Cameron said. Cameron said, it's hard to feel bad with somebody who got money, where you could pay, you know what I'm saying, to put yourself in different environments to help ease your problems, which is true. It's hard to feel bad, but then again, sometimes you gotta understand, when you up so high in life, or you around certain people with certain environments, it's kind of hard. Like, it's kind of hard to get away from your problems. So money don't change your problems, you know. No amount of money can change your problems. It all starts within. And now I just think Kanye going through a purge moment. That's what I honestly think. I think he's just going through a purge moment right now. Where you got to get all them demons and all those things that you've been hiding in you for your whole life. You got to get them up out of you in order to level up or to grow into this new person you're supposed to be in. See, I'm not finna make this video to bash him and say he's crazy, he's this and that. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that. Not because I'm a Kanye fan or was a Kanye fan or anything of that sort. None of that. I'm saying that because it's true. When people start doing crazy things like that, or what we deem as crazy, when people start acting out of the norm, it's usually for a reason. Sometimes we're not able to decipher it now. Sometimes, you know, it takes years upon years. If you look at some of the greatest philosophers of times and things of that sort, when they were speaking their truth, everybody around them said they was crazy. Then 80, 100, 200 years later, people were like, oh, they was a genius. Now, I'm not saying everything Kanye says is right or he's the genius with everything he says. No, because everybody could be wrong, you know, at least one point in time. So I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is let's stop labeling people as crazy and really start, you know, trying to objectively look at what they're saying and see if we can understand it, you know. So let's stop pointing and say, oh, this person's crazy, or this person's just wilding out, this person's crashing out, and really see where it's coming from. And now, like I said, when we see the song with Cousins, now we can start pinpointing certain things, even when it comes back to College Dropout. Or certain lines he was saying, and it's all starting to make sense. This is like somebody who really needs therapy, more so than anything, I say. Like a spiritual therapist. You know what I'm saying? Like a spiritual therapist. This is some spiritual shit. That's how I see it. I mean, if I'm missing something, let me know. He was even wilding out on Jay-Z and Beyonce about their kids. And that kind of came out to be true right about now, ain't it? So the headline's saying. So I feel like this goes with everybody. Let's stop being quick to label somebody as crazy just because they're not acting the same or moving the same as everybody else. Because his music wasn't the same, you know. His music was different as far as like being in a league of his own, right? It was groundbreaking in that way. So let's just stop labeling people as crazy. I even heard he got an AI album or some AI songs out. That's what my partner was telling me. And I was saying an advancement right now, because he was asking me, like, how do you feel about that? I said, it's beautiful, because if we're at the point now where music, it's not even about pushing the boundaries of music anymore, because how much further can he push, saying Kanye, how much further can he push the boundaries of music? You know, how many ways can he chop or flip a sample? You know, or how many ways can he flip a bar now and give it to us in a different way? So, pause. So I think now is, let's see what intellectually you can do with certain tools. That's how I think of AI in the studio now. When people say, oh, AI is going to ruin music. Nah, not necessarily. I feel like now we can see how Kanye uses AI as a tool, you know, inside of the studio to make his music. Now let's see how that comes about now. So I believe everything is beautiful in its own sense. You just have to see it as such. If you see it as crazy, it'll be crazy. That's all. You just gotta have an open mind. But if it's something I missed, let me know. What was it? The KKK outfit, his wife going to the thing, booty butt naked, him beefing with Boosie, calling Boosie smell like he smelled like he poor. Oh, that's crazy. What else? The track with his cousin. What else? It's something else I'm probably missing. I ain't been really keeping up with it, but I just been seeing headlines here and here and here and here, and it was just like, what's going on? You know? I don't know. It's crazy, because I saw a clip of the interview, and he was wondering why people was making fun of him. Like, I guess the way he talked, the way he walked, and certain things of that sort. He never really caught on to it, and it made him feel some type of self-conscious. He was self-conscious about it. And then somebody was linking that to, you know, how he was outraged about South Park, the whole South Park thing. And it's like, this could be why you raged out against people calling you gay or this and that. Because internally you was fighting them demons. Internally you was doing something that was, quote unquote, you know, and you were fighting them demons and didn't nobody know it. So that's how it comes out. So I think this is a learning lesson for us all. Let's not call people crazy, number one. And let's try to see where people come from. Now, am I calling Kanye a genius? Could possibly be. We won't never know now until the future, until things play out. But a lot of some of the things that he was saying is right. It's just how it comes about. I think that's the biggest thing with people who are smart and intelligent. It all makes sense up here until it comes out. And then when it comes out, it is not necessarily articulated properly, so people can't accept it properly. But anyways, if there's something I missed or something that y'all want to add on to, or if I'm completely wrong, let me know. Anyway, this is your favorite cousin Rich. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.